Oh, come and knock on our door. We've been waiting for you. It's the BM show, and you know we're probably not through. So we got another episode tonight. We got we got Matt joining us, the assistant to Dr. G for this one. And we got actually something interesting we're going to do here. We'll talk about that. And actually, you know what? Let me just throw this out. If we feel like it, I don't know, depending on how long we go. If we feel like it, there may be a surprise review of something at the end. We don't know yet. We're just going to kind of find out what happens. We're going to play it by ear, as the saying goes, because I think play it by ear actually fits the theme of this show. If you guys know,
it certainly does. It certainly does.
Yes. So, but before we talk about the main topic, there is our segment, You Speak, We Regurgitate, where we take comments that are placed on our videos and highlight those. And there actually is a comment, well, there's kind of two together that I want to bring out. And that's going to be on the most recent Naked Gun review from Ben. And this was by the of course we always have to protect the names of the people that post it because we're anti-doxers here. We don't want to get people in trouble. So this was posted by Tyrannosaurus Rex, and he said, "Is your profile pic AI?" After the comments, the ones that the other one I'll point out was by the mindless person who answered ew. Okay, the reason why I want to point this out is it AI? Perhaps it is, but it is something that is in the works, because there are basically there's like three people in the world, it seems like. There's the people that don't realize that things are AI and they're fine. They're the people that love AI and love to use AI. And then there's the third people that everything that's AI, they want to burn it to the ground. And our show happens to luckily have two of those three types of people on it. So as one person is building it up with AI, the other person's trying to tear it down with AI, but it still works out. So, well, then
I look at it this way, because like our theme song is AI, our logo is AI. Anything that, like, all the movie reviews, I have AI pretty much write the review, the part that goes into the description on YouTube. I do all the editing. AI editing is not there yet, but when it comes to like words and stuff, it's not too bad. I use it because there's only so many hours in the day, and it just makes it takes certain jobs and makes it easier. I'm not much of a design person. But like if someone were to design a new logo and it was done by a person, I'd rather have it done by a person. I'd rather have the song done by people.
That's what I'm getting at, because that's actually what I've been talking to since he's here. That's something I talked to Matt about. When we have some time, I would like to take that logo. I would like to put something awesome looking, and Matt is a graphic designer and a darn good one at that. Yeah. So I think that we could do a logo that looks really good. So I just wanted to point that out. Stay tuned, because that logo may be un-AI'd.
It's going to be the despecialized edition, obviously.
Exactly. Now, as far as the theme song goes, I don't really care either way. I wouldn't mind. I mean, Matt and I could probably write something to be the theme song if we wanted to, but it's a catchy little jingle. So, and we don't like use it too much, so that doesn't bother me. The other one is like the logo. The logo's fine. I just want to see that the one on our main page eventually change. I hope we can do something really good for that one.
Yeah. And like I said, I'd rather have somebody actually design it. It's just like it's also like it could do it in a couple of seconds, something that would take you like hours to do. And is it the greatest design? Hell no.
But there was actually a video that I saw recently about AI music, and like everything it was AI shoots out is pretty much dead on the same. And that's why it's doing it so quickly.
Yeah.
So, but that's, I just wanted to bring that out to say this is something that is in the works and most likely will change, but it's not going to change overnight.
I wanted to run this by you guys. What do you think about doing our own, like, just super quick stinger kind of a soundtrack? What do you call it? Jingle, like, I don't know, just like crunchy guitars. Yeah, I'm show. That's it. Super quick, get straight to it.
Yeah, it's just gotta be something to just play us in and then something to play us out. That's
Yeah.
It's just a bumper, is really what it is.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So
Let's
yeah.
focus on the logo, that main page logo first, though.
All right. So you want to get to the stuff?
Yes, let's get to the stuff, the main stuff. So
You get the stuff there, Mike?
got the stuff is the good stuff. All right, so tonight's topic, it actually came about in an interesting way. Back probably what's about a month ago or so, or a month and a half ago, we did an episode with Barrett where it was groups that we couldn't get into anymore. And one of the three of us, now, of course, it's not Matt because Matt wasn't there, but I'm not really going to name who it was. One of the three of us, between me, Ben, and Barrett, was very unprofessional that night and ended up lashing out at another person and over one of the groups that showed up. And I do want to give props to Barrett because he was on mute the whole time. And I feel really sorry for Ben, who got the lashing out to. So again, I'm not going to name who it was that lashed out, but that person definitely was very unprofessional that night, should not have acted that way, and probably should not be on this show anymore. But thanks to the forgiveness of the other members, they allowed him to continue with certain regulations set in place. So the good part of this is that was actually the thing that brought about the topic that we're going to do tonight, which is musicians that aren't really well known but should be. So for instance, you go to a party and you're sitting there talking music with somebody and the person says like, yeah, I here's some artists that aren't really known, but I really like Angus Young and Pete Townsend, and I forget what the third one was at this point, but and you're like going, yeah, they're really good, but what about Joe Smith? And the person like,
oh, dude, it's my boy.
Yeah, they're like, who is that? Is that a person who does music, or are you just naming someone random? That's what we're talking about. Super talented, but no one really talks about them. So we want to just kind of give them some credit for the things that they do and do very well. Now this time, especially for that one person, we got to be very considerate and understand we're all different. So we may not agree on the entries on this list. But I will say that music is interesting because one person could get maybe nothing out of it, whereas the next person, it just fills in the gaps in their lives. Something clicks with them where it might not click with another person. And that's totally fine. So I just want to get that out of the way. So definitely that person can keep cool through the show. So are you guys all ready for this?
Let's do it.
Yeah.
I'm ready. I'm ready to stay cool. I'm not going to blow up on Ben.
Okay. Thank you, Ben. Thank you for that one.
And hold on a second. I don't. But
so the first one, now the order that we're going to do this is Ben and I had 4 entries and Matt only had 2. So what we'll do is we're going to start with, I'm going to go down the list in order that we put them in our messages back and forth. And we'll go me and Ben first, and then we'll go me, Matt, and Ben, and then me and Ben, and then me, Matt, and Ben. So, but I'll let you guys know as your turn so it kind of makes sense.
Okay.
Okay. So, of course, we always have to start out with the reason why this topic came to be. And if you were here for that episode a few weeks back, you'll probably know who it was I blew up about. And so we'll get to the first entry, which would be, let me share my screen. Right there. Peter Klett, the guitarist of Candlebox. And why I'm including this guitarist on my list is not only because he's a phenomenal guitarist, but he's probably one of the, if not the most influential guitar players or musicians on how I grew musically. So when I picked up guitar, I actually ran over to Matt's house and I said, "Hey Matt, I want to learn how to play guitar." And he comes running out with a couple guitars, and he had some sheets that told me like all the notes on the fretboard and some basic chords and the scales. And I started playing the scales. I started trying to memorize the notes and so forth. And I was taking music theory also. Well, I took music theory shortly after that, but I just gotten done with playing piano. So I knew a bit about music. And I went out and I started buying guitar books. And the first one I got was a White Zombie guitar book. And at that point, I was really more just playing what I saw and not really focusing on it. Just kind of, this is what he does, so I'm going to play the exact same thing. And I started buying more guitar books, and one of them I got was a Candlebox guitar book. And the song that I sent you guys for this was actually, not only is it like an exceptional song by them, it's actually the song that I studied that made me figure out how to play a lot better. Do you want to go ahead and play the clip right now?
Oh yeah, let's see if it plays. And also, I don't know if it's going to get cut out, so you'll see none of that. If you'll hear none of that, if we get a copyright strike or whatever.
We'll have like a flashing thing saying this got cut here, so hold tight.
Yeah, or something like that.
Can you guys hear anything?
What's the name of the song?
Song is Rain.
Rain.
Can you guys hear anything?
No.
Can't hear anything.
Are you playing it from the computer that you're?
Yeah, I'm playing from the same computer. Well, I can trick that though. It won't sound as good.
I had to start playing stuff from my phone in order to get it to play through the mic.
Then on my iPad.
That noise cancellation is really good.
I have everything really good too. The Apple makes it easy.
So do you use this browser, just this web browser, to use it just for the show?
Okay, let me stop this. All right, here we go. Candlebox. We're getting mad.
Yes. So
answering the question. All right.
What are you doing, Spotify?
No, I just clicked a link and it's pulling up YouTube.
We can barely hear it.
Yeah. Is that better?
Yeah.
Right.
I like the fade out we got.
Does it fade out like that? Is that supposed to fade up?
I don't think so.
Are we at the end of the song?
No.
Yeah, I know. It's like, I think he took the bone away.
Yeah, that's all we need. We want to hear the word edits.
It's okay.
All right.
Okay.
So basically, this was actually a song that did it for me. And what happened was I was studying the solos, and just kind of trying to play them. And that's when I kind of realized I'd been playing the scales enough that I started seeing the patterns and understanding, okay, so this is where I am in the scale. This is close to this specific note. And it was literally like once it happened, overnight, pretty much, I went from just playing what people play to starting to do my own solos since I had practiced the scales so much. And then it just kind of took off from there. So I mean, I think I'm pretty decent at playing like solo stuff. And a lot of it has to do with just studying Candlebox and studying how he played. And yes, he's exceptional.
Cool.
So now I open up to you guys if you want to add anything.
Yeah, it was cool. What you just played right there sounded kind of like, your, Black Sabbath kind of guitar solo. But I thought I remembered there being something a little bit more interesting in there.
There's the first solo where he has this weird beat to it, or I don't know what he's doing.
I think he was going real intense with what I was thinking. He was going like, just super intense, almost too intense for the song. And it was cool. I like it.
Yeah.
I like it. You should push that kind of stuff, right?
Now, sadly, Candlebox is an interesting group because they are like one of the most hated groups, which I found out. So like, because they were viewed as the group that came to Seattle just to become popular due to the grunge scene. So like,
Oh no, I didn't even know that about them.
was that?
I didn't even know that about them.
Yeah. So like a lot of groups really hated them.
So they're
But
posers.
that's what they're being labeled as.
Yeah, okay.
But it's him and actually the bassist work so well together, because the bassist knows when to kind of fall back to let him go, and then he knows kind of where to fall back to let the bassist go in parts. So they're a pretty good machine together.
So, claiming they're posers, how many people moved to New York or Los Angeles to try to make it? Are they posers too?
Exactly.
I played in a band in the early 90s, and the dude, one of the drummer guy, we played in his place. He had a Candlebox poster right there. Yeah, all these guys wanted to be some other band so badly. Almost all of them were Pearl Jam,
Yeah. Well, I mean, when you got Pearl Jam, Nirvana, and Soundgarden, and then I think Candlebox was the number 4.
Yeah, that sounds
You're going to label them Candlebox as the posers of the group because all 3 of those were huge. And Candlebox was kind of forgotten.
Yeah, they are kind of forgotten. They don't come up in conversation too often. It's one of those, like, if somebody does mention it, it's like, oh yeah.
It's like, oh yeah, I remember them. Or it's go ahead and say what you want to say. What are you going to do? Go ahead. And then you stepped on a landmine.
I'll free you. Take this outside.
All right. So next up, Ben, are you ready for yours?
How about I play a little clip? Right? It was as Mike pulls up the picture.
Yeah, let's do that.
All right, here we go. Oh, okay.
You got any solos in here?
This is a solo.
Nice. That's right.
The whole song is 11 minutes, so I only gave you guys a solo.
Let's go to the solo. Let's go.
Can you turn it up?
Yeah. I'm gonna skip around.
I think it's that last minute you have to hit.
Okay. There we go.
Yep.
That's about it. All right, we talk about him.
Matthew, if we get copyright strikes for the quality of the recording of this audio, I will be very surprised because it's been sounding so like I know what it is, but it's like it's this warble. It's going in and out.
It'd be petty at that point.
Okay,
Yeah,
I thought it'd be too loud on the mic. I guess it's trying to think that it's noise, so I'll play a little louder next time. All right.
All right, Ben.
It's funny all the stuff that you were saying and how I completely feel the same way, but about this. Rey Manzarek, like, okay, so my first band was pretty much a Doors cover band, and I played guitar. But the guys who, like, we had two guys who switched off a keyboard, they just idolized Rey Manzarek. And it's actually through them that I learned about him and I learned about his style. And it's it kind of ruined how I play keyboard now because I literally play the same style he plays. And he would have an organ, and on top of it, like a bass electric piano. It was the Gibson Rhodes electric piano, and then he would either be playing on a Vox Continental or he would be playing on a Gibson Kalamazoo electric organ, and you could tell which one he's playing by what it sounds like. He played other organs too, but those were the two major ones that he played. See, I was with people who idolized him, so I know quite a lot about the guy. And I learned how to play the beginning. I can't play it now anymore because I'm very out of practice, but I used to be able to play all of Light My Fire, which is what that solo was from. Both they told like two-handed, and I can kind of get it. I mean, he's so good because like he can get his left hand and right hand to do completely different things. I can only do it as long as I'm doing the same pattern over and over again with my left hand. I can do it. But he was able to do it where he was actually changing the pattern up and like doing all this stuff that I can't do. And he's just my uncle said he was up in upstate New York one time and he was at a bar that he found out was actually owned by Rey Manzarek, and he met him because he was manning the bar that night. And whether or not that's true or not, I don't know if that's a true story, but he would have been just saying that to impress me. I don't know. But yeah, he was an amazing keyboard player, and just the way he was able to like the Doors when they were playing live did not use a bass player. He was the bass player and he was also the keyboardist. He literally played two separate instruments at the same time, even though they're both keyboard based instruments.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's impressive.
Yeah, no, it's very impressive. And he looks like I would not be surprised. I don't know the storyline of when Linus was introduced in the Peanuts cartoon, but is it Linus? It was the one, no, not Linus, Schroeder playing the piano.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know when Schroeder was introduced, but I would not be surprised if Schroeder was introduced after Rey Manzarek sort of became a player on TV, because you see him when he does play, he is bent over just like Schroeder is in the Peanuts cartoon.
That's what I was gonna say. I was so worried about his back. Like, could he stand up after that? Because he was super hunched over.
Yeah. Now, they just re-released an album of theirs, a live album called Live at the Matrix, not to be confused with the Matrix movies. This was actually the name of a club in San Francisco. And before their first album came out, their first album was recorded, or just waiting for it to go gold, meaning like it's ready to be not the meaning that gold sells well. I was meaning like gold as like what they use in the tech industry. I mean, it's actually being the final thing's ready to be published.
Mm-hmm.
And so they're waiting for it to be published. So they're in San Francisco. They had a couple tour dates, and so they're still like this is a band on the cusp of taking off, and they're playing this club, and they recorded it. And it's been something that if you are in with a lot of geeks who are really into the Doors, you would hear this album, which I was, as I explained. I was like people who idolized Rey Manzarek. They had a plethora of Doors bootlegs, and one of them was Live at the Matrix, and that Live at the Matrix was like our favorite one. It was considered to be the absolute best bootleg of the Doors because it was before they got big, and when they were really like, it was a paid concert that they were doing, but they were playing it as if it was a rehearsal, as if they were just practicing. And there's a lot of them just jamming out and having fun. And this year, I found out, actually, while looking for tracks for this episode, I found out that they re-released. It's already been released like once through officially. It's been released once through them. Well, they re-released it now because they got more of the tracks in better condition, and I'm guessing they ran it through AI and had AI clean up the tracks a lot. So there's actually, because these were mono tracks, but now there's stereo separation, and you could hear all the individual instruments. It's the best it's ever heard. As somebody who's literally heard all 4 generations of it, because there was the generation of somebody having a tape that was a copy of a copy, and then I heard a CD copy that I bought at the bootleg store, and then I actually bought the first release that the Doors officially did, and now I'm buying the second release that the Doors officially did. I've bought this album 4 times. So I didn't include it as one of the samples, but if you do get it, if you're just looking for something to listen to, look for the Doors Live at the Matrix, and it's like just these guys, they're jazzy blues players, and they'll just play like nonstop, like playing different just bluesy tracks with like a good beat, and you're tapping your foot, and you're just it's good stuff. It's good stuff. Okay.
So I just want to let Matt know really quick while we're doing the show. I just sent you a message of the order of the artists so that you can have the songs ready to go.
Oh, I have links ready to go. I'm good.
Oh, you do? Okay, so at least you'll know who's coming up next, so you can just click on the song and have it ready. Should have probably done that a little earlier, but you should have that message now. So I didn't really listen to the Doors, so I hadn't heard his stuff. But man, that last minute of it, he's kind of like, you know what? I'm just gonna kind of mess with the whole rhythm that you guys are doing and do my own thing. And then the band's like, okay, well, we'll adjust to that. Then he's like, okay, then we'll just kind of go a little further. And he just feels like he wants to push it a little more away from what they're doing. And it makes it very interesting.
The band members are so good. They really melded well together. And because they all played different styles of music.
Mm-hmm.
But when it was put together, it just really worked.
Yeah.
And you can hear where like one's trying to take the lead and the other one takes the lead back, but they don't really care. This isn't a competition. Yeah. It's like they're just having fun.
That's just how they do it.
If you do listen to Live at the Matrix, look for the track Summertime.
Mm-hmm.
It actually, if you go on their YouTube channel and you look at the release, because they actually released the whole album on their YouTube channel, I left a comment in the comment section with the time code for my favorite part of the song. It's when he hits the highest note on the keyboard, and it just like it's so cool. It's so cool. It's really just awesome. All right.
So next up, we're going back to one of mine here, which would be this guy right here.
I'm gonna play
Mullin of Corrosion of Conformity.
Here we go.
And there we go. It's gone. All right, so
it's good.
So here's an interesting little story with this choice. I had a buddy that I used to work with who was a drum player. And man, he was such an evil drum player because I jammed with him and he loved to hide the one. And dude, and being a bass player, that screwed me up so bad. And he did it just for fun, just because he wanted to. Just because he wanted to see people suffer. But I got into I've been listening to Corrosion Conformity for a while. This was actually the next step after Candlebox, because instead of studying and learning off of studying, the next thing I did was start to listen to songs and try to figure out how to play them myself. And I did that a lot with Corrosion and Conformity. So they're another big influence in the how my music, how I turned out musically. Because after that, it was more, I was just doing a lot more improv over the top of songs. But I got into this guy's car, the drummer's car, my drummer buddy at work. I got in this car, and all of a sudden he kicked on the CD player, and Corrosion Conformity started playing. And I didn't know he liked them. He didn't know I liked them. And I was like, dude, this is Corrosion Conformity. These guys are awesome. He was like, yeah, dude, these guys rock. I'm like, their drummer is amazing. And he's like, yeah, their drummer is totally awesome. And it's like reassurance, like they're like, this guy is on another level. This song that I sent you guys, it's not just like a drum song. This is like a drum solo for the whole song. He's got so many different fills and different things going on. I have no idea how he would remember what he's doing in each one of the songs because of all these fills that he has. And he does this like in all of these freaking songs. He's got all these crazy drum beats going. So he's probably one of the best drummers I think I've ever heard in my life, if not like at the top. Now, I do want to add a little bit of tragic news. Is he actually died about 4 years ago. So, which was kind of a bummer, because man, it would have been awesome to see him play drums live at least once in my life. And now I won't get the chance to do that. So,
Yeah. I'll never get to see AC/DC live either, even though like a big chunk of them are still alive, but I just don't think I'll ever have the chance to see him. Not that full glory that they did in the 90s. Sorry.
now, Matt, I know you listen to Corrosion for me as well, too. Do you have anything to add to this?
Yeah, I was gonna say that he doesn't come off as one of those showy drummers. He just makes the whole thing better. One of those guys like Black Sabbath's drummer, like Faith No More, the guys that just make the music so awesome they aren't trying to like say, "Hey, look at me."
Yes, that's a good way to describe him. So yeah, listen to more COC. They're awesome.
More COC. You've been prescribed by Dr. Matt.
Exactly. All right, you ready for the next one?
Yeah.
All right, now we're going to one of Matt's.
All right. Let me skip around a little bit here.
Okay.
He's got numbers on press.
Yeah.
Feels like Hotel California a little bit, but I love it.
Well, I'm gonna say what it feels like to me.
And then it goes into like this total classical sounding thing, like Zelda sounding thing right there. Oh my God, this dude. Now here's the interesting. You talk about tragic.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, you know. So you looked into it. So this dude, I heard about him when he was just starting to get big. He this is like probably, I don't know, maybe 89, 90, one of those. Maybe even 91. Maybe after it got out that he had Lou Gehrig's disease, like the most insane guitarist. His bit of fame was that he played on an album for I think it was David Lee Roth or Van Halen, and but his own stuff is just insane, and it's just like just nothing else. And yeah,
sorry, go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, he was like the Yngwie Malmsteen, Steve Vai guy with the new super prodigy with like the most creative songwriting. Awesome. So go ahead. Yeah.
So, and the reason why I know about this was I just found out about this recently because I didn't know this guy until you sent the information on him. And I had to look him up because of something else in the song. But just to let you know on that tragedy, the album that you're talking about, this album, the one that you played that song from, was released in 1988. He was diagnosed in 1989,
Mm-hmm.
and it finally caught up to him around, I think it was 92 or 93.
Mm-hmm.
But he's actually doing music again. And I think in 2008 and 2020 or something like that, he released additional albums. He's just going now through programming, I guess, a lot through the computer.
Well,
So,
he hasn't been to do anything without his computer for like a decade or more.
yeah, but he found a way to work around it, which is awesome.
Yeah, that's pretty dope.
Now, the reason why, what I was going to say about his music, also, but again, I had to see who was a drummer, because I swore up and down his stuff sounded so much like Dream Theater.
Mm-hmm.
And Dream Theater was going on at that same exact time. And the drummer in this, I was like, it's got to be Mike Portnoy that's the drummer, because of the way that this drummer was doing stuff. And I found out it's not Mike Portnoy, but on this album, he did all the guitars and the bass and everything, except for the drummer was somebody else. And he had the guitarist from Megadeth that also did some accompanying parts too on the album.
Mm-hmm.
So, but yeah, he was doing everything on it.
Yeah, he did a surprising amount of stuff. This one album, the first one I ever heard, I remember talking with my buddy about how his brother played bass on it, and so Mike knows Sean, a friend from way early, way back 80s and 90s. He had a little bit of an issue with telling the truth sometimes.
Yeah.
So he told me that this bass that I had, he said he found this bass. He said it happened to be owned by Jason Becker's brother, this bassist. And I'm like, okay, cool. Okay. And then it turns out a few years later, I have a kind of a distant cousin who married Jason Becker's brother, the bassist.
That's crazy.
Yeah. And so I had her ask him, like, she was on the phone, and she goes, hey, can you ask me if I ever had a court bass? He's like, no, I never had a court bass. I'm like, yeah, that was my friend.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Right here. Ben.
Yep.
Well, let me know what you want me to play.
Go ahead.
All right. Let's see.
Most worthy of praise, exalted above all things, my God, you are my God.
So this girl, this is Krista Albright. She used to be in the band at my church, and she moved to Florida a couple of years ago, and has since started a music career. We're seeing the cover for her CD, Resilient. That was not Resilient. That was from when she worked at the church, and I miss hearing her every Sunday morning. She was just this, like, like, you gotta, like, you're dealing with, like, musicians, and every once in a while, like, you find somebody who just, they really got talent. Like, oh, you're good, but this is exceptional. Like, I used to be like, why aren't you making albums? Why am I getting to hear you for free every Sunday morning? I should be having to pay. And now I have to. Put that aside. Actually, she's at her church now in Florida. You can actually, if you could find her church, I don't know what church it is. She's there, like, I guess every Sunday as well, still continuing to sing. So, yeah, great person, very sweet person, and just an amazing talent. Who I'm glad to see that she's finally taking the shot of making it.
So have you been following her with the start of her music career?
Yeah. I've listened to the new her new stuff. I've congratulated her when it released. We're not pen pals, but I did keep in touch a little bit with her. Yeah.
How has the music changed from what she was doing for like the worship portion? And if so,
This new song, which is called Resilient, I didn't include it for number one, it's a very raw song. If you listen to the lyrics, it's she went through a divorce, and I think it's basically about that. I'm not really sure. I didn't like interview her about it. But to me, it sounds like the song is about her divorce and everything she went through going through that. It's not very catchy. It's not a bop, as the kids say, and that's but it is something I think she needed to get out of her system. I hope that when she does a follow up, it's more something like that has like some kind of something you could dance to, maybe something you want to tap your foot to. I mean, she's really she's country right? Even though she's not like she's from Connecticut, but she's very she's one of like she used to go. I don't know if she's talking about.
There,
Oh.
sorry, go ahead. I had to reorganize something. I put something in the wrong order. That was my fault. I'm sorry. I didn't think it would actually show it.
Okay,
Name on you. Shame.
Shame. She worked at a horse farm. She might work at a horse farm still in Florida. I don't know, but when she was up here, she was working at a horse farm, and that was like the only time that she was like happy. That's like when she would go through all the horse shit. And she also worked at a coffee shop. I know she works at a coffee shop still, but yeah, it's Krista. Saw her a couple months ago. She came up and she surprised everybody. She showed up.
Well, when she drops her first video, let us know, and maybe we can somehow get the video to show on the BM show for everybody.
Yeah, I don't think she did a video. I mean, other than the fact that there's live stuff of her. If you look up either Krista Albright or Krista Kermitis, which was her married name, you'll find her.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, if she does and we do that, let her know as well too, so that she can uncopyright hit us.
I don't think she will. That's one of the ones like when we were talking about before the show started, like who I think would hit us. I think Candlebox, Comfort of Conformity, and the Doors.
Did you say Comfort of Conformity?
What's the name of it?
Corrosion with Conformity.
Dude, it is midnight here.
No, that's their lullaby band, the lullaby version.
I think it's like their jazz version.
No, it's it's like blending thing.
Conformity. Sorry, I was never fan of them. Sorry.
They'd probably hear it. They'd probably laugh about that.
That's like weird how he comes up with a band to do a parody of him.
Well, I guess they're both COC, so it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, that's true.
All right.
Or I was gonna say just really briefly. Yeah, she's great. I like her emotion. That's like the most important thing. You find a million people that have technique, and she has emotion. That's really awesome.
Yeah, no, she really gets into it. Like she was still performing every Sunday at church while she was going through the divorce, and like it really brought out her best performances. I hate to say it, but
Well, yeah, let's see. Yeah,
it happens so many times when somebody's going through shit, and then you see them up on stage, you're like, wow, they're doing really good tonight, and it's because of what they're going through. Yeah. It's just that this is their chance to get it out. So, all right, Mike, is it your turn?
Yep, we are at the halfway mark. So here we go. The next one. This guy right here.
Are you ready?
The group, The Urge, the bassist Karl Grable. Go ahead. And there goes the fade out. Okay, so I'm going to say one thing before I really start getting into his bass playing is that I really could have gone with pretty much the whole group for this one, because it's not just him, it's the way he works with the guitarist and he works with the drummer that it's fantastic. He is definitely exceptional and probably the poster child for this whole episode, because nobody really knows who he is. But he just comes with this big, fat, beefy tone that just catches you when you listen to it. And he does something that I'm not really fond of, which is there's times he follows the guitarist like dead on, and I never understood the whole bass following the guitarist, because at that point I just think like, well, why isn't the guitarist just get an octave pedal and they just grab the bass at that point? But what they'll do is the guitarist will then play this line and he'll follow it, and then the guitarist will then change to more kind of like an open ska type guitar feel to his playing, and he'll just continue on that line, and it feels more like the guitarist is following him rather than he following the guitarist, because he just takes the song up with that, and you just get this fat tone of this line that just keeps going and going with some variation here and there, but it could go for like 3.5 minutes, and it'll never feel like he's playing it just because he's playing it. It'll never feel like it's stale. It's just like fat in your face the whole time. And it fits the band because as a group is actually pretty well known for just their concert just light up the audience, and the audience like goes just absolutely nuts. He's also one of the big bass influences in my life, and one of those that I would jam to all the time, over the top of their stuff, playing bass and just kind of working out my own lines around what was going on. So now it's open to you guys.
All right. I'll just say he had I don't know, the first thing I heard was something kind of like ska metal Jaco Pastorius thing going on, you know, this like playing up high and I don't know, kind of like acrobatic, but still not going crazy. So it's cool. Nice stuff.
The group does so much different stuff. It's really hard to like nail down one song to send to you guys, because they'll do the ska, they'll do punk, they'll do rock, they're like all over the place. So, and one of the fattest lines that he does in a song that's like super punk that I was going to send you guys, but the problem is like I said, where he follows the guitarist, like 85% of the song is him following the guitarist, and then there's this bridge that's just mind blowing. That's just so awesome.
Cool.
So actually, hey Matt, do me a favor.
Yeah.
Let's try to see if we could find it really quick. I can probably guess around when this bass line happens.
Okay, hang on.
You look up the Urge Frying Pan.
Okay, hang on.
And tell me how long the song is. I think it's about like 2.5 minutes long or something.
Okay. I have the other one queued up, so I'm going to just type it in here. Okay. What was it again? Urge what?
Frying Pan.
All right, let's see what we got. Okay, let's see.
Okay, that's a song. How long is that song?
It is 2 minutes, 31 seconds.
Okay, fast forward to about 2/3 through it.
Okay.
That was right after it. Fast forward a little further. Go back. I'm sorry. Go back a bit. There it is. Oh, that was where it ended.
Okay.
Ta-da.
Yeah.
That's fact.
Yeah. It's like Jaco Pastorius metal stuff. I love it.
Yeah. So you guys wanted to add anything? Anything else?
Very funkadelic.
Yes. Very many influences. And he's actually the founder of this group too. So, all right. So next up, we get to go back to Ben for your next entry. Staying on bassist.
This is Virginia Frank. She is the founder and bass player for Burn the Jukebox. Can we get that track ready there, Matt?
What? There we go.
So that was their song Homesick, which is one of their originals. They're mostly known for being like a cover band. That's actually how I found them. They were up on TikTok and they had like great covers. And this was like years ago. And at the time, like she was like 14
Mhm.
leading this group, and now she's 18 and she's still leading the group. And they've been on tour. They've been through Connecticut a couple times. I still haven't gone to go see them. I probably should. But they keep releasing singles here and there, and they're one of those bands like she wants it. She wants to break on through. She wants to make it. And I know this because if you look her up, you'll find that she was also a contestant on Project Runway.
Mhm.
When she was like still like she was like a preteen when she was on that. So this is somebody who's been chasing fame.
Mhm.
So but she seems to be a decent bass player. If you go on her social media accounts, she has it where she's your sister and she just plays different songs and practice. It basically shows what she knows what she's doing.
Mhm.
And the fact that like she's the band leader and the band's just a really good band. They have their guitar players pretty decent. They had a keyboard player that they got rid of and replaced them with another guitar player. And that it caused a little bit of controversy in the fan base, but I haven't really heard much about it since. So,
Hmm.
but what do you guys think?
Well, for leading a band at 14, and playing pretty good, that's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
So
they were they were good like back then. They just got better because they play every day, I guess. Or at least, if not together, at least they practice.
So I gotta say this, because this is a perfect follow up to the last one. The reason being is because I think the guitarist and her work well together the same way that the guitarist and the bassist and the Urge work. Whereas the guitarist is like, here, you know what? I'm going to open up with this line you're not going to be able to follow. So then she steps in. She's like, okay, that leaves me open to do something that's just not standard. Boom, 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 or something like that. She then gets her time to put these little fills in, these really tasteful fills that just fill out not only the groove but just give it that added flavor to it, the song. She then does go back to play basically what the guitarist is, just following the guitarist, but she gets that little time to shine and it really makes her sound good, really good. So I think
that's one of the reasons I picked that track in particular was because you can hear a distinct bass line to it. And
So I think that going off the Urge and going to this, it's kind of like the same in a way, just the way that the guitarist and the bassist work together in their songs, and that's always a really good touch when the bassist can do something different and add their own part to the song, rather than being stuck in the okay, well, I'm just playing what you're playing type of situation.
Yeah, and when I say that someone wants it, like the fame or whatever, like they have what I'm saying is they got the drive. They're not just doing this for fun. It's like, and I could tell like the whole band is like that now. That might have been when I got rid of the keyboarders. Maybe he was there, like, but still a hobby to him. But the rest of these people, it's like, this is life now.
Yeah.
Because like, they're going on tour and stuff. Like they toured the U.S. And it's like teenagers, a teenage band. I'm like, did the parents go with them? Like, I'm more curious about like the logistics of like, okay, did all your parents go, or only one set of parents? Did you have no parent? What, a chaperone of some kind? I mean, you went to Vegas.
I would imagine that their parents probably couldn't go because of work.
I mean, did they trade off where like one person's parents are there for one part of it, and then someone else's parents came, so the first set of parents get to go home to go to work?
I'm guessing that's probably how it went.
Yeah.
I'm sure that the parents want to see their kids playing too.
Well, that too. It's like, yeah, your first time that your son or daughter is like playing playing a room with this many seats in it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like that's gonna be a big thing when like, because they came to Connecticut the first time. They played the Oakdale, which is one of a larger and at least where I live, it's one of the larger music halls. And then recently they played a bar. And I'm like, well, does that mean that the band's not doing as well anymore? Or are you doing the bar because that was like a last minute thing and you're going through Connecticut anyways? I mean, I guess I have questions.
We played with a band that was, I think, fairly popular, at least in their area, at a bar on, like, I think it was a Tuesday night or something. You remember that, Matt?
I don't even remember anything.
It was Lions. We played with Lions at the distillery.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think they were a pretty big name. Not like something you'd hear, playing all over the radio, but probably in the area. You probably hear them all over the radio. Like I know, like the Urge is really big in Missouri where they're from, but you're not hearing them on the radio, really. But this group was playing with us in a bar on a Tuesday night. So sometimes it's you take what you can get.
That might have been it. Like, I know they were in the area. Like, I think like the night before they were in Massachusetts and the night after they were in New York. So it kind of just made sense. It's like, wow, we're in that area. Let's do Connecticut.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I just thought it was so weird. Like, okay, now they're doing a bar. They went from doing, I mean, I don't know if they sold the Oakdale out. Maybe they didn't. Maybe they showed up at the Oakdale and 10 people showed up. I don't know. Like, see, I have questions.
Well, when they come through your area again, they can answer them for you.
Unless they want to come on the podcast.
They're welcome to come on the show anytime.
Yeah. Virginia, if you want to come on the show, or anybody on the band wants to come,
Absolutely.
you are welcome to it.
Yes.
Next.
All right, next one. Oh my gosh. Oh goodness. Wow. KLANG. Okay. So
when you organize this, you said you organized this by the order we put them in the email, because look at this. You went from bass player to bass player, and now the second bass player was a girl, so you're going from girl to girl.
I did. That just happens to be because I think after this is a singer. After my singer is another singer. It's just the order that they were given. So
okay.
All right. So
you want me to
not yet, actually.
Mm-hmm.
So I just wanted to mention I found KLANG off her first song. This is obviously when I was huge on K-pop. And her song wasn't exactly your standard K-pop. But what's happened is she's now become, I guess, known for doing K-dramas rather than doing actual releases. So like all her stuff now she does are K-dramas, which when you hear her, you'll understand why. So go ahead, Matt.
I'll just play it from the start then.
Holding me in your arms for my emptiness. You'll always be on my side, however far away. If only you stay with me, I'll always here for you. If only we keep our faith.
All right.
Okay, so she has got probably one of the most powerful voices I have ever heard. She is really good on fading back and just having this very light, easy, whispery tone. But then when she has to bring it out, dude, she hits hard.
You want me to play a little bit later in the song real quick or something?
If you want, go right to the end.
All right.
Will never be you.
Now we got the fade out. I mean, she is just, oh my gosh. Talk about emotion. She just knows when to fade back. She knows when to come in. And that's why I think she's doing so many of these K-dramas now, because she's so good at that. And there's just like no way, I can't just listen to her stuff and like just not feel it, to where I'm like either sad, happy, or whatever's going on, it's happening to me too. Since she's picked up these dramas, like if you go to Spotify, I think all of her old stuff prior to the dramas where she was doing just like releases, I don't think it's on there anymore. I think everything's now become K-dramas for her. So she has a song that comes out every kind of now and then, but when it does, I mean, it's definitely worth the listen. So you guys,
Yeah, sounds good.
Yeah, sounds good. Sounds like sounds like K-drama music.
yeah, definitely not standard K-pop, which was a very nice touch when I discovered her, especially when it was off of just her first video that wasn't even related to K-dramas. It's like there's something different about this one.
All right.
All right, Matt, here you go.
All right, Crystal Bowersox. She her big claim to fame is that she was on American Idol. This is actually, I did never see her on American Idol. This is like the season that like ended right before I met Jen, who watches American Idol, or did back in the day. And I like the show. It's cool and everything. And we went and saw her, and she goes, "Oh, she's really good." I'm like, "Okay, cool." And then went and saw her, and it was like the best concert I've ever been to. It was we went and saw her again recently, and she wasn't doing the same, set or anything, but she ended with this thing that went from like old spirituals into what is that one? Hallelujah. And she went into these, and they went through them, and it just built more and more and more of this passionate thing. And I mean, it was like brought me to tears. Whoa, okay. Yeah. So and then we saw her recently, and I guess she's been through a lot in her life, and so she talks sometimes in her shows, and she had to toss out a few songs. She was talking so much, people asking her how she's doing with her kids, and oh my God, it was like a comedy show too.
Are you gonna play some of her stuff?
Oh yeah, that's right.
Okay, sweet.
Five alarm morning, 2 sheets to the wind. This train my heart's pulling won't stop here again. One step with the left, one step with the right. We'll take one last good look at you and whisper goodbye. Someday we'll wake up.
Yeah, you can hear even in a verse, you can hear that variety. She did it like this, I don't know, classic kind of folk and country, and then you hear like a real singer in there too. So yeah,
her stuff, it makes, or this song at least, it makes me think of Jewel, but with Jewel with even like more of a southern twang to her style.
Mm-hmm.
So
I see that.
I really dug this one.
Nice.
She reminds me the song style actually is that like I could, her and Krista, who was the one I brought up. It's very, very similar, like styling, like because they that got the twang,
Mhm.
the country.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the thing that she did that was like the biggest one, like I think she almost made it like number 2 on American Idol, and her big song she did was like a Janis Joplin song, and when she's really belting it out, she can sound like that, and which is totally different from I guess where you're going here. I guess there's some crossover, but I mean I mean she belts it out, and when we saw her just just recently, Ozzy had just died, and so she when just like pulled up some I don't know sheet music or it might have been chord changes or something. She's pulled up some paper, and so she started doing song changes, Black Sabbath, and it just sounded so different, so soulful. It was like a totally different song. I'm like, holy shit, that was, and it was awesome. She just like pulled it up like, oh, I'm gonna do a tribute to Ozzy, just pulls up some papers and just does this, and it was just so different and so unique and amazing. Like, oh damn, that's just like crazy.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
That's really cool. That's cool when somebody could do that. Very talented.
Yeah, let me know when she's coming through the area because you went to one of my shows, so maybe I'll go to one of yours.
oh yeah. Well, she just came through, and she was saying she might not even be able to do this much longer. She had so much crazy stuff going on with her kids. Like she went to go and like take one of her kids to like Disney World. It was like their dream. They finally wanted to get there, and then the kid got like super crazy, like life threatening. Went to the hospital. Didn't know if he was gonna live, and she's touring. And she's got like diabetes, and like she was like sort of like talking about how she's going to have to go like 100 miles out of her way to get to this place where you can get your gas cheap to get to the next place. Yeah, man. She goes, I don't know if I can do this anymore.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Well, that's a good thing about things like YouTube because now you could do like lives on YouTube from your home.
Yeah. She actually did one of those, and we watched it. It was during COVID. We had tickets to see her in town, and it got canceled, so we saw her on that.
Yeah, that's really cool when they do that. All right, one more to go. Ben, are you ready?
Yes. Matt, are you ready?
No, playing a commercial here, and this is Galaxy Z Fold 7.
Oh,
Oh, they're giving me a second commercial? No, and I don't believe you're officially with Smud. I don't think so. All right.
Well, no one told me about her.
Classic stuff. So you want me to fast forward to a solo or something?
Well, no one told me about.
if you want to, yeah.
She had time to call.
There we go. Showing some chick looking at you like, hey. Classic.
So this was really, I kind of threw this in because I thought I was supposed to have 4 of them.
Mhm.
So, but I do like the way that he's just a really good electric piano player. This is Rod Argent from the Zombies, which is a classic 60s group. They had the Zombies, the Association, all these different groups. And most of them had like 1 or 2 hits, and the Zombies is of course one of them. But this guy here is just his keyboard playing. He's just like all over the place. It's just so fast and good. He's like, and I wish I had more to say, but I enjoy the Zombies. I do like this style of rock, like the Association, the Zombies, the Animals. The Turtles, maybe. Is it the Turtles? Yeah, the Turtles. There's a lot of bands. And they all had a very similar sound. You can literally, like, if someone doesn't know any better, you could play one song from one band and play a song from a different band, and you think it's the same band.
Dude, this is a year after Beatlemania started.
And it was because the Beatles. Oh, that's the name of an animal. Let's go with that. And then there's the Beatles. Now there's the Turtles and the Monkeys. But the Monkeys had a whole complete different sound. and then the animals, because why not have all the animals? And then like the animals, like, well, yeah, but we're gonna call ourselves the association, so we're near the animals and before the Beatles, and yeah, it was crazy. It's just trying to get your record in front of people's faces back then, and then that they all had a similar look and they all had a similar sound, and yeah.
Well, I gotta say, these guys were, they're rocking hard, which is impressive. Really, really impressive, because Beatles weren't really rocking that hard right away.
Like I almost used the association, and the association, they're good as well. But I was just looking through because I wanted to pick one from when it was either going to be the animals, the association, or the zombies. And I was looking through all their tracks, and then I just remembered hearing this solo, and I was like, "Ooh, all right, this is the guy I'm going to use." Because, like I said, I thought I had to have 4 people, so I was kind of scrambling.
I loved about this video was that how much the cameraman hated him and the guitarist.
Yeah.
And kind of the drummer too. It's like the only time you actually really get a shot of him is at the very beginning, where he's like looking at the statue, but like his whole solo, the cameraman is like totally ignoring him.
We had nothing to see here. Maybe he didn't want to get the secrets away of what keys he's hitting.
I don't know. So I do want to point out one thing, is this guy, he's amazing. I also want to plug the bassist of this group for that bass line and singing at the same time.
Yeah. There's a certain talent to be able to play any instrument and sing at the same time, and like also to be the lead singer and to not be shitty at your instrument, because I've seen that too, with the lead singer, and like now I'm going to pick on Krista. Krista was not she's not the greatest piano player. She, like, in that video I sent you guys, like, she's playing piano that night because she had to. There was somebody else to do it. But she's not a piano player. She's a singer.
Yeah.
But some of these people, they're like my buddy Lenny can play drums and sing at the same time and do both really well. So it's like some people just have this talent for that.
Yeah.
And
I believe that's it for the musicians.
Are we gonna do the movie review? Because I really got nothing nice to say about everything.
You know what? I'm down to do the movie review if you want to do it quick.
Well, it's 1/3. It's an hour and 13 in already.
That's yeah. You think we can do the movie review in like 5 minutes?
No, I want to actually watch it. I want to watch it.
To watch it, so let him watch it. I gotta watch parts of it again because I don't remember how it ended. And maybe I'll have a better opinion of it when I watch the parts of it again.
I'm gonna do a little foreshadowing. I'm not gonna watch it again.
Okay.
I watched it once. I'm not gonna watch it again.
I watched it a couple of times back when I was a teenager. Like, dude,
it's one of those movies when you're a teenager, you're like, "Oh my god, this is so cool," and when you're older, you're like, "What the fuck am I watching?"
Let's schedule that for maybe the very end of the month when we do our other topic.
Okay.
And we can put that at the end. So 31st of August. So we'll just shoot for that.
Are we ready to take this home?
We're ready to take this home. Next week, we are going to be doing my top connections. It's Mike's top connections. Next time, we will be talking about Inception and Tenet.
And the part of video will be coming soon. I haven't really even started to work on it yet, but it's coming.
If you subscribe, then you'll know when it comes. If you don't subscribe, then just keep coming to our page. You know what? Make our page your homepage.
Yeah, just make it your homepage.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
You know what? Put like a big homage to the BM show on your home using pages.
Now, if you hit the bell icon, if you hit it I think you gotta hit it twice, you'll get notified every single time we upload anything.
Doesn't that like undo it?
No, as long as you click it it does. Just you people are smart. You can figure it out. I don't really know how the bell works. Okay.
If you hit the bell notification 40 times, Ben will personally come to your door every single time he uploads a video.
Yes.
to let you know.
If you say Candyman 3 times, he shows up.
Exactly.
He might do that whether you do that or not. He just does that.
Yes. If you hit it 80 times, he will be peeking in your window at midnight looking for you.
Speaking of that, it's 26 minutes past midnight here on the East Coast.
All right, so that's all we got for this show. So, Ben, you get to choose who gets the last word.
Matt, what's the last word?
Nothing.